School. 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 Dang it! Summer's over, bro. You guys noticed my Fortnite shirt. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Where are we dropping, boys? Where are we dropping, boys? Where we dropping, boys? Where are we dropping, boys? Okay. School. This is my llama. My Fortnite llama. This is my Fortnite llama. It's from Fortnite. But today's episode, school. Gosh dang it. Okay, so, it's about that time of year. School has been starting. And by the time this video comes out, I will already have been through my first week of school. And right now it's about halfway through the week. It's pretty good. I like my classes. My classes are good. I'm in high school, so yeah. But, you know, high school, so it can't be super great, but it can't be the worst thing in the world. So, let's just talk about my opinions of school. So, school is a big part of everyone's life. And when you have a big piece of your life like that, you should probably want it to be something that you like. And many kids go to school dreading it. Like, no one wants to go because it's school. You learn stuff you're never going to use in the future, or you never ever going to see it in a work environment. But some things are very beneficial in school, such as math. If you wanted to go into a math field, then you have all of your maths and advanced maths going into high school, and you take that all the way through your years, such as the language you take, which for Americans would be English. You would also take science classes all the way through high school, and history classes all the way through high school, learning about the world and our country and many other things. I'm not sure how everything works in other countries, but that's how it is in the US. And then you must take physical education up to 10th grade for my school, and you must take driver's education somewhere. It doesn't have to be at school, but it has to be somewhere. And almost anywhere in the world, I'm pretty sure you have to learn a second language, which for other countries is usually English because that's one of the main languages of the world. And for Americans, you can either take Spanish or you can take French as two of the main courses. Although in some of the bigger schools, they offer up to tens of different types of languages, such as Japanese, Chinese, Latin, you got German, all those types of stuff, because they are good to know. They just aren't the most beneficial to learn because they don't have much of a population that actually speaks them. Now, do I think these things are actually necessary to create a well human in the workplace? Probably not. So we take our language, which for Americans is English, and that, very useful. I would recommend us taking it up to 12th grade because we need to know our language to our best of our abilities. Math, I'd say we should only take up to 8th grade and get down the basics, because if you're not going into somewhere who needs math in every day, you're probably just going to be doing simple calculations, which you can do on calculators these days. Science, I'd recommend only taking up to 8th grade because you don't really use science in every day if you're going to be working at a convenience store, or if you want to go into something more digressive, you're not going to need science in everyday use, unless that's your specific job. History, I think you need to take up to 10th or 12th grade history, because you should really know about the world so bad things don't happen again and you can repeat the good things. So you need to learn about the things that have happened in the past, and you can recreate the good ones and try to prevent the bad things that have happened. So for gym, I think you should be having to take gym up to 12th grade, because physical health is probably one of the most beneficial things a human being can have, because humans need to be fit, because you have to be mobile in your life. No matter what, you're most likely going to have to go get your food at the store. You're going to have to go get places to go to jobs, go to work. You have to go to all these places. So you got to be mobile, and to be mobile, you got to be fit. If you're like super big and can't be very mobile, you're not going to be able to be as efficient as you could be in the workplace. Now for languages, I would recommend school systems make you take at least 2 or 3 years of language. You could learn a first, second language, or a third language, or up to a fourth language. I think it's beneficial to learn as many languages as possible so we can connect with our other countries in the world and create a better community in our earth, because we should all act as one big family in the earth, and that will help our civilization grow drastically. Now, the reason I think you should take all those classes up to 8th grade is because if you're going into a job, you're going to be wanting to do something that you want to do. And I think it's best to use your high school years with learning something you actually want to do in life. So when you actually get to the workforce, you can actually do what you want to do. Because the more years you have doing something, the better you're going to get at it. And if we can use our high school years efficiently and actually learn what we're going to be doing in the workforce, we're going to be much, much more educated when we actually get into the job we're actually going to do for the rest of our lives. So a big problem I see with the educational system these days is that we're not learning what we want to learn, and education should be about what we want to learn. So it's taking away creativity, because we're putting countless hours into stuff we don't want to learn. We're taking up all that brain space. We're using our minds on stuff we don't want to do. And if we take the time to do stuff we want to do and learn about that subject, then we'll be much better off in the workplace, because we'll be encouraged to do something that we actually want to do. Now, don't get me wrong, I love school. Like, I like going to there. There's many benefits of going there, like clubs. I'm on the robotics team, I'm on the tennis team. Robotics helps with engineering, and tennis helps with building character, such as any other sport. It gives you a goal. You got to be the best on your team. You got to be the best in the state. You got to beat all the other teams, and you just got to keep working hard until you get those things, and that builds character. Such as robotics, it helps build character, as in you're working with a team. You're building a robot, and you help a team out, and you got to beat other teams, and that builds character because you're keeping working hard until you actually succeed at what you want to do. Now, clubs are a great way to learn. You pick something and you learn about it, and you work with it, and you proceed working with it until you actually finish and actually do what you want. So say I'm playing football or soccer. I want to kick a goal from 30 yards, and I can only kick it from 15 right now. I might train all season, and eventually at the end of the season I'll get 25 yards to kick, and I can kick a 25-yard goal almost every time. But I failed that year, but I come back next year and I can kick 35 at the end of next year, and I eventually did reach my goal, which will build character and build strength. So clubs are a great way to learn, but I think more of our education should be based on electives and not core classes that you actually need to take. I think you should be able to pick what you need, because everybody can't go to college to learn what they want to learn. So everybody's got to figure out how to get to their desired workforce job and actually do it without having a ton of money. So I love school, and I think that the education system is fairly well right now, although a few tweaks and our nation could be on its way to greatness. So, if you guys did enjoy this week's Let's Talk, make sure to leave a comment telling me what I should be talking about next week, because I love to hear you guys' comments. I love to get feedback from you guys, and I love everything about you guys. So just share what I should talk about, or something that you need to ask me, or anything, and I'll make sure to cover it on next video, or just type down in the comments with you. So thank you guys so much for watching Let's Talk number 3, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. I will see you later, guys. Peace out.